Hey guys, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to On the Town with Tanya. I'm your host, and tonight's guest is with me again. He is a phenomenal producer. He produces Suitman Productions. Well, he's a producer and creator, excuse me, of Suitman Productions. And his first original show idea, Def Comedy Jam, was inspired by his own hearing loss and offers a show that unites both the hearing and the non-hearing communities. Please welcome tonight's guest, Duante Barnett, better known as Suitman. Hey, what's up?
Yo, yo, yo. If you can't tell, I moved the wrong way, but we're in Portland right now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm not even in Seattle. We're doing the Northwest Black Comedy Festival, but I wanted to come on and talk with you. I respect your work. I respect what you're doing, and definitely love working with you. So I wanted to have a little chat about some of the things we've been doing out here.
Awesome. Yeah, what is going on in Portland right now? I didn't even know about this. What's going on?
Every year, Dirty Angel Entertainment does the Northwest Black Comedy Festival. This is their 5th year. I was in it their 3rd year and last year. It's building. Last year we had 75 people here, and one of the biggest events I think we've had. And this year we're down about 25 because it's COVID, but it's being streamed internationally through the Indie Media channel. It's an app you can get. Okay. And we're doing our best to support Black comedy. So Black creators like yourself, you know what I mean?
We're trying, since the pandemic, I'm sure you know this, we've had to become very creative.
Yeah.
Right. And so I try to support when everybody does anything, even if it's small, because it won't work if we don't support each other. Right. No. So that's awesome that you're out there. And are you going out? You're performing tonight?
Yeah, I definitely am.
That's awesome. How long a set you get?
Well, I got 2 things. We got a podcast called 4 Black Dads.
Oh, really?
It's 4 Black Dads. So it's 4 Black Dads, and it's 4 Black Dads, right?
Oh, wow. What is that? Get out.
And it's a double entendre there. You see what we did there? Yeah. And then we're also doing the Dirty Angel All-Stars tonight, which is their all-star lineup. And I've been asked to host it. Dirty Angel's kind of like my big company, my big brother, my mentor. You'll see the Dirty Suit logo on stuff sometimes. That means we're partnering together. And so to be asked to host their show is kind of amazing. Not just amazing, but it's unreal.
Wait,
so it's a pleasure. It's a full circle. I guess you could say like concept, just 2 years ago, I hadn't even really started Suitman. I came back and did my first Black comedy show because I was inspired of being here. I was like, fuck that. We need one of those in Seattle. Right. And so now I'm hosting, the lineup of their all-star show, and I headlined their Young Guns showcase. So I was the headliner, like the young guys, the new comedians group. So it's been a journey, and this is just part of the matriculation, if you know what I mean.
That's amazing. That is amazing. And how did you end up out there? How did you hear about it?
I'm in Seattle, Washington. And so one of the things I try to tell everybody is when you're doing comedy, you need to get out and test yourself, right? You need to get out of your regular environment. Absolutely. You need to do whatever you can to get out there, right?
Yep.
And so a lot of people don't always get that, and they're stuck in, doing the same old thing. And so I decided to go down to Portland one time, and he saw me and he was like, hey man, next month I'm doing the comedy festival. And I was like, okay. And he was like, you want to come? And I was like, sure. And I did two sets the first night I came, and did 5 the first one and did okay. And my buddy came back and he got 10 on another show, and you know how it is as a comic, you get jealous. It's like, well, if he got 10 minutes, I need 10 minutes, right? Yeah, I need to get more time. And I went to the guy running the show and said, can I get some time? And he looked at me and said, I don't know, you're new. It's like, well, I'll take 5. I'll take I'll take 2 minutes. I'll take whatever. I'll give you 5. And I killed that 5 and came off the stage. And he was like, if I'd have known you were funny, I'd have gave you more time. And I was like, nah, that's a good enough compliment for me. You know what I mean?
That's it. That's all the comic wants, right?
Yeah. And the funny part is I had the total opposite end of the end of the spectrum experience. The next 2 days later, I came back because I did so well. They're like, well, if you want to come back again, let us know. So I came back that Sunday, and a local guy from my area was doing his drunk and high show where you do a set and then you go get drunk or high and come back and do some more.
Really?
I did my set, and a whole bunch of church folks decided to show up on Sunday.
No.
And I say a lot of F-bombs.
I know.
You know what I mean? And so, they looked at me like, that was very unsavory, young man. You're better than that, right? And so we went out and got drunk and came back in, and I tore the house off. I was hammered and went off talking trash. I say it's the ebb and flow because I didn't bomb, but they just kind of were silent.
It's a different crowd.
Yeah, and won them back after I got drinking. It was the same crowd, but just my material was successful.
Yeah, you figured.
So, you know what I mean? I've done the whole gambit with these guys. I've opened, I headlined a showcase, I'm hosting a showcase.
So you knew how to bring them back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that before where you have you go do a show one night and it's like 21-year-olds, so they like all the F-pop, they like whatever it is you're bringing, and then you go to like a group that's highly religious, and it's like, man, I'm gonna have to switch up some words here. But I know.
Did he say damn? Like, did he say damn?
I know.
Oh, darn.
Well, I'm trying to actually think of Christian comedy in case I get caught out there again. Because there is, I mean, that is a market. And my thing is this, I know comics thing is like, I should be able to say what I want, when I want, and I'm not editing nothing. I get that. I totally respect that. I get it. But for me, I'm like, I ain't trying to make nobody pissed off right away. Like, that's not what I'm trying to do. So everybody has a different motive. I only do comedy so I can get to late night TV, honestly. Other people do it because they really love the art form of getting on stage and making a creative way out of saying what you observe. You know what I'm saying? And I enjoy that too. Like it's like a thing for me too, but not quite as much as like a Dave Chappelle. You know what I'm saying? He really goes up there because he just freaking enjoys it. Me, I want to get to that so I can interview anybody I want on my couch. That's really, which is a little bit pinch of a different motive.
I do it so I can give everybody stage time and find all these creative ways to create things and inspire people. So
you are the
funny,
man.
but that's not really my lane.
Well, I think it's your lane, but you're what I like about you is Superman Productions. You are amazing entertainment company because you give platforms to artists who need an opportunity for a safe forum. Now that's what I was going to ask you about first. Superman Productions, but have artists like I know like African American artists experience and women experience a lot of discrimination. Women experience sexism in comedy. But there's also another level for people maybe on the spectrum or people that have other things going on, transgender, LGBTQ, different things. They've received a lot of backlash as well, I hear.
And that's kind of what, so we did. So it's crazy. This whole weekend, I've been at the festival performing and doing stuff, but still Suit Man is doing stuff as well. Okay. So Friday we did Black and Proud, Cynthia Bango.
Yes.
Bangu Entertainment, Cynthia in Public. She hosted it. Unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention. We couldn't get a crowd in there. It's technical difficulty on my fault, but we did this show. And KJ talked about our Whitehead, our headliners, trans woman in Chicago, talked about how she's been wanting to quit comedy and just even quit life even so much and just kind of profess their frustration with, the being that way. I do a show called Autastic Artists where we spotlight artists and I do my deaf show. And so that actually got me some quote unquote, and I say this not loosely, but it got me fans in UK.
Oh, wow.
And so I did Benny Shakes Things Up is a show on YouTube, a podcast.
Right.
And Benny's cerebral palsy and a couple other physical handicaps. And so, he twitches and he's got kind of a speech impediment. And he's British and he's got an accent, but he's physically, like, you can tell he's handicapped. You know what I mean? Like, I pass as non-handicapped because I'm deaf and I'm Asperger's. So you look at me and you go, he's normal. He's a good-looking guy. He's a jock. He's normal. Mentally, I feel like a teenage girl. I have high anxiety, right? And then I don't hear half the shit you say anyway. So just, why do you say that to me? Well, I thought you said something different. And I'm, I just shut down, right? So with them, I'm now doing a show called Dating with Disabilities.
Wow, really?
It's going to be a transcontinental, full spectrum of disabilities.
Get out.
Podcast.
This is going to be freaking awesome.
Yeah. So half the podcast, everybody on the podcast has a disability. When I say full spectrum, I mean both mental and physical.
Wow.
And then also both people who look handicapped and those who don't look handicapped, right? Because I'm HOH. You can't look at me and think, no, I'm physically handicapped, but I am. You don't look at me and know I'm Asperger's. Right. But if you know some of the smartness and the way I talk, you go, yeah, there's something wrong with him. But you, right? You know it, but you don't know it. You know what I mean?
He didn't look at me the same way. No.
Yeah, right. Why is he like? I've had a woman tell me before, take off your clothes, close the door, don't make this weird. You're staying the night. And I was, oh, okay.
She must have been like, what? He's not
I guess that's what we're. Oh, all right.
So you're not that impaired. You knew what she was talking about.
Once she said that, before she said that, I didn't know. I was just kind of.
You were like, I don't know.
Yeah, I was standing there in her doorway, like, so you asked me to come back to your bedroom, or you showing me your new curtains, like that's what I mean. She had to like tell me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what was going through your head at the moment? Were you like, oh Lord, thank you so much. It just made my life so much easier. Because now you don't gotta hustle it. You don't gotta be like, baby, you're so fine. Like you don't have to do none of that.
I don't know how to do that anyways. I
know, but that's why it's hilarious.
But when she said that to me, I was like, okay, that's what we're doing. All right. All the questions just, all right. Okay. All right.
A guy's dream is like a woman to be like, hey, you, come here. Take off your clothes. It's about to go down. People are like, wait, I don't have to buy you a drink. I don't have to buy you dinner. I don't have to impress you. Like, that's it. Okay, let's go. So it's like, I think it's hilarious, but I think it's awesome what you're doing in that podcast. Let me know when it comes out because I got to listen in on that. That's going to be.
So let me tell you even better. What? The way I've planned it and thought this out is we do the Autastic Artist podcast every Sunday at 8 a.m. live.
Oh, 8 a.m. Eastern time?
Pacific Standard.
Wait, let me write that.
It's early for us, but for the rest of the world, it's progressively later in the day.
And it's called what?
The Autastic. Autastic is the combination of autistic and I'm fantastic.
The Autastic
Artists podcast.
I'm writing artists. Oh Lord. Podcast. You know how you get the Autastic. I said it right. Okay. That's just in case anybody wants to know what it is. I put it up there. Okay. That's awesome. So so that's every Sunday anyway? Yeah,
that'll be every first Sunday. So we're only starting the first Sunday of the month. Then 4 hours later, we're going to do Dating with Disabilities, which is a more mature show. So you've got your morning show that you can see as a family. And then you've got your Dating with Disability shows, your teen to adult content at night. So every first Sunday, we're giving like a day's worth of entertainment to the autistic community, both family and adult. So that way everybody can get a little bit of everything. And everybody on the show is on the spectrum or disabled in some way, either physically or mentally or both. Half the people are going to be in London, UK, and half the people are in the US. So you're getting a full, there's going to be a black trans disabled person on the show.
That's awesome.
That's from London. We find each other. Like I said, somehow
that's great.
The one lady, Emma Blue Eyes, found Suit Man because of Def Comedy Jam.
Wow.
And then they loved what I was doing with the Autastic Artist thing. And they reached out for me to come on. And then I was going to come one day. And it was going to be like super in the morning, but it wasn't live. And Benny was like, my co-host is a fan of yours. And I was like, well, if I got a fan, I definitely got to come back. I ain't heard though. That's how you get me to show up. You tell me you got a fan waiting to talk to me. I'll be here early, right?
Yep. That's awesome. Wait, tell me about Soul Sister Sundays. Is that the one I'm doing?
Yeah, that's the one you're on. It's
now, what is that about?
So I was doing Raw Comedy, which is Ridiculously Amazing Women. I just felt like it's not dominated by white women, but it was hosted by a white woman. It had a lot of white women on it. And I felt like black women needed their own space.
We do.
And there's a lot of reason for that. You know what I mean? Like it just sometimes it worked well, sometimes it wouldn't. And it's not even always the white women's fault. It's sometimes the black women want to be shitty and petty towards the white girl that's on your show. You ain't got to do that. You know what I mean?
No,
it's not a one-way street. The bitterness and pettiness of women because it's not really, it's not racism. Sometimes it's just cattiness. You know what I mean? The cattiness.
Sometimes, but in comedy world, a lot of times it's even. How about this? In the comedy world, it's not even just pettiness. It is. I know for me, when I call a spade, it's a spade. It is nothing else but a spade. So if I call someone out and say they're being a little bit racist, it's not even this. I don't even like to use that word. I have to say prejudice versus racist. They're trying to stop me. So let's say they're being a little bit prejudiced, or how's the word? They're not realizing that they're not even doing it consciously. It's unconsciously that they're doing it. So like, let's say, like I've seen shows where they have like all white people or all men, and I'm like, in 2021, you're not thinking to put other on your billing here. Like, what's up with that? Like, as an audience member, I'm not going to watch your show if you don't have a good diverse line. I'm not watching it. That's just me. I don't buy magazines. I don't watch television shows. If it does not have a diverse lineup, sorry, can't help you. Can't help you, because I feel like contributing to all that. But women on these shows that I've seen, a lot of it is, I won't say that. It could be cattiness. It could be, but you need at this point,
is that I'm not saying some of it is or isn't, right? I'm just saying it's not all, right? And that's all I want to get at. And in my case, it wasn't really racism, right? In my case, on my shows, it wasn't racism. We'll put it that way.
Definitely not.
It was just more the cattiness of different people getting along that I felt like they deserved their own lane. Absolutely. And so Soul Sister Sundays was something, and then it just also the name of it. When I say Soul Sister Sunday, yeah, look at you shaking. Even when guys hear it, I mean, not trying to be sexualize women all the time, but even when guys hear it, there's a part of them that just thinks Soul Sister Sunday. Yeah. You see a thick girl in a summer dress and just smile when you hear that style. You know what I mean? I think it's some cooking that puts some thighs on me when I think Soul Sister Sundays. You know what I mean? You gotta have good handles to handle these curves. You need some new tires. You know, that's Soul Sister Sunday.
Soul Sister Sunday. I'm excited. So what kind of crowd is that?
So it's filmed with just mostly the comedians. I have comedians come in the room. I pump it up on live. It's streamed live for free. Yes. I had this conversation yesterday about sometimes we are elitist as comedians when we're worried about getting paid for entertainment.
Thank you.
Because if all we're ever doing is worrying about getting paid, then that means those who can't afford to come to our shows never get to have joy. And it's usually those who are poor and can't afford our shows that may need to laugh the most.
Yep.
So let's stop worrying about everybody getting paid and let's make the world a better place.
I've been doing it. I've been doing free shows, and people are like, but it's supposed to be a fundraiser. I was like, we do the fundraiser by adding the link. If you want to donate, you do, but you can't. That's not the basis in which you get to come to the show. You know what I'm saying? Especially you might have donated today and maybe you lost your job. I'm not going to come after you for money. Like laugh should be free, in my opinion. And we should figure out, for me, for what I do, I have to figure out how can we get everything else we need and have people who are depressed or in this pandemic in a bad way still come out and laugh, like for free. Now I have to worry about, like, I don't have money to go to that. No, you should be able to sit in your living room and friggin' crack up. So that's what I do. I'm glad you do it. Last thing I want to ask you about, because I know your time is so precious.
We got a full 10 minutes. We still get 10 minutes. You got 10 minutes.
Work. So you went to the inauguration. Is that true?
Yes. There's 3 parts to this. So why was I able to go to the inauguration? Thank you to everybody who crowdfunded me. One of them's my good friend out of Portland, G. Wade. He's a comedian. When I told him about it, he was like, well, I'm giving you $200 off the top. So that's at least the ticket. You got to go.
What?
Now I crowdfunded, I think $600. I crowdfunded almost the whole $600. That got me there. That covered the hotel. That covered the airfare, and that covered me getting there.
Get out.
That didn't cover my food or whatever extras, my liquor, my tab, but I figured I'd pay that. But the reason why they did that is in May of last year, I was at our riots in Seattle.
Right.
If you go to the Suitman Productions YouTube page, and I think I told you about that, and you watch it, you'll see that there's a ton of footage of me just in the middle of the riots. What? And so people to see what's going on, because you go and you see what happens and you see all these things, but it's usually not what's really going on.
Right. Exactly. I learned that from my cousin. He went to all the riots.
And so after what happened, because we talked after the insubordination happened, or whatever you want to call it, right? The
Terrorism.
The insurrection, whatever you want to call it, right? We talked about that. It just motivated me to want to go and see what was happening, not only that, but just really see how crazy it was.
Wow. So wait.
And there was like 4 stages to this whole thing. Okay. There was I got there the Tuesday before inauguration, went downtown, and it looked like a ghost town. Okay. There was nobody in D.C.
Yeah, they had to clear it all off.
But there was nobody in the city.
Yeah, I don't blame them. Why would you be there when you know you're going to be locked down? Pretty much.
But why are we unlocked? You get what I'm saying? Like
they did what they did at the Capitol. I can't imagine what they do if they were allowed to just roam the streets regularly on Inauguration Day. Are you kidding me?
I agree and I disagree, because trust me, that's where I'm telling you. So there's 4 parts to this. Okay. You get there the day before and you just felt this eerie feeling of some shit was about to happen. Because like you got at, there were double fence. There's the fence you couldn't get past that was within the interior. And then there's a fence outside of that. So it was like a 4-block perimeter. The first 2 blocks nobody could get into. The next 2 blocks you could security check into and get a little closer. And so it just felt weird. And then to see thousands of troops and tanks and M16s out, you know what I mean? Like it didn't make me feel any safer.
Not very American.
Yeah. That's just not the thing.
Yeah.
And so then the next day we went down there to go see it. And I walked down and I tried to walk across the Lincoln Bridge, and they only had one entry in. You couldn't go across the Lincoln Bridge. You couldn't get to the Lincoln Memorial.
Right.
It was eerie, and it felt like something was going to blow up, and it felt all nerve-wracking.
We probably would have if they didn't have all that stuff going on, in my opinion. But don't let me tell you.
Yeah, right. It just felt weird, right?
The Cowboys, you don't know how proud they are until after it's too late.
Yeah. Until you hear boom, right?
Exactly. You blow up, kid. They had like hog ties. They had the little bombs that they had to dismantle. I mean, so these people were really serious. So imagine if they had none of those things set up. Come on. And put it this way, they had the military sleep in the garage, which was crazy.
Oh, there were people sleeping everywhere. It was bad. It was different.
Well, I only have a few minutes, but I want to ask you a couple things. So you didn't have to get clearance because you didn't go up close enough.
No, we got like 3 parts away.
Okay.
It wasn't bad. Like it was. That's what I was gonna say. Is the next part is once the inauguration was over, we were dancing in the streets.
Okay.
We were having a good time. I've never seen so many little black women out for anything. Like there were so many, and I was giving out my Black and Proud stickers to the little black girls. They were loving them, and it was just. It felt special, you know what I mean? Like it was like Obama for these little black girls, you know what I mean? To see a black woman become vice president is equally as important.
Well,
as seeing a black man.
Black and
a minority. I don't want to get into the splitting hairs like they did with Obama, right? Man. But like, a minority vice president.
Yeah, I think it was pretty cool, and she's an AKA. Let me stop. And so, okay, so the best part, so the best part you saw was the everybody being so into it. What was the most? That was the most touching thing you saw. What was the most touching thing you saw?
Well, for my brand was when I saw John Legend, and I got John Legend the shout out suit man on my live video. For me. That touched a special part of my heart.
At the inauguration.
No, real talk, I think would have been afterwards. I'm sitting on MLK Plaza, right? And I had this crazy white guy come up to me. And we were just talking because we were all just we all celebrated for like 2 hours. We're all walking. I think you saw me walking around and enjoying it. And then you just kind of sit down and you go, okay, it's over. And it's like, okay, back to life. And I was talking to this guy and he was like, things have changed.
Right.
And when a white guy looks at you and says, hey, buddy, and has a talk with you and says things have changed, and he's like, I'm proud. I'm proud things changed today. And for me,
wow,
that was a beautiful conversation for this Caucasian man to want to look at me and not, hey, buddy, hey, bro, just to give me that look and be like, whew, it's been a long day. A lot of things changed today, but I think they changed for the better.
I like that. I like this. This is like, that's a thing, because I've had several people say that to me, and they inbox me, text me, and saying, you know, whew, I can finally breathe now, and no longer be in this cloud of what's going to happen next. So I think that was genuine. I think that was really genuine, and that's a beautiful thing. You answered my question that I was going to ask next. Did you meet anybody, and what was the most prevalent thing? But that sounds like that was.
It just felt weird. Like, I'm getting goosebumps telling you, like, there was a letdown that nothing happened.
Oh,
but we said that was a good feeling.
Wow.
Like we.
I get what you're saying. So like you're like waiting, like, oh my God, all this is here. Maybe something's gonna go down, and then nothing happens. So you're like, oh, all right. So I think I would be happy that nothing happened. I mean, very, very happy. Did you get to hear everything clearly? You know, everything that was going on?
I was walking around and interviewing stuff and viewing downtown. I really wasn't there to hear the inauguration.
Okay.
I was there to show everybody what really happened, to be able to share this story, to be able to tell you about the Asian lady that was standing there cussing for 7 hours about there's literally one, yeah, man, for 7 hours. I came back.
What was she talking about?
Taking a break. I don't even know. I couldn't even understand it, but she
was. Oh man, I wish you didn't have to go. I would have showed that footage. I would have went to your YouTube page and showed that, because that looks like fun.
She was letting the people have it. You know what I mean?
Oh my
God.
The
you know what I mean? Because whatever her political agenda was, she was there screaming for 6-7 hours about you. Yeah. It was damn.
I don't know how people get that enthralled in it. I just can't.
I do. I mean, I was down there for 9 hours about us getting shot and killed, so I get it. If you believe, you know what I mean? Like,
I wanted to go, and I was like, is it really worth it? Probably not. Because I just don't have the patience for ignorant or stupid people. I don't have the ignorance. I'm not have patience. If you have an issue and you're born with the issue, I have tolerance. But if you have all your brain power and you're not using it, I have no patience. So I didn't go down for that very reason. Although I would love to have been down and interviewed people, especially.
Now you see my point. Yeah. You would have loved to have that 30 seconds to have.
Give me that clip.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't pay for John Legend to say "Suit Man" live. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, what was that? How'd you get him to say that? What was that for?
He walked past me as I was doing something and said hello. I was buying something from a vendor that was outside of the inauguration, and I was standing there just like, you know, as a fan with my camera like this, like, it's John motherfucking Legend, like, and I'm trying to work up the nerve to say something and I can't. And somebody else said, "Hey, John," and he was like, "Hey, boo," and I was, "Fuck it, hey, John, when you're bored later, check out Superman Comedy." And he turns around and goes, "Superman Comedy?" And I said, "Nah, Suit and Tie, you know, Superman Comedy." And he goes, "Okay, Superman."
Really?
It's a little 15-second snippet, but
it's a plug.
You can't pay for that.
It's right. It's a plug. Who cares? That's fabulous. It's on your It's on
my Facebook. It's everywhere. I didn't put it on YouTube, but
okay, but it's on your Facebook. I'm going to check out your Facebook page. What's your Facebook page if people want to see it?
Superman Productions, like Suit and Tie, Superman Productions.
I think I put that already. Productions.
Yep, or Duante Barnett. Just look me up. Everything's mostly Superman these days.
Got it. So I know that's awesome. You're amazing. You have how many minutes you have? Oh, it's time for you to go. So I don't want to rush you. But listen,
shout out real quick. Yep, this weekend. Next week I'm coming to California.
Oh,
so if you're in Modesto on the 26th, I'll be somewhere on the 27th. I'll be in Lake Isabella on the 28th. Online, I'm doing. 25th, I'll be in Modesto. 26th, I'll be in Lake Isabella. 27th, online, I'll be in Dark Brew Comedy Show, which is our Black comedy show for Black History Month. The 28th, we'll be doing Soul Sister Sundays online. I'll also be in Stockton live on the 28th. They just launched another cut video out of me where they're guessing who's high or not on YouTube. So search Guess Who's High. and you'll see a cut video, and you'll see Soup Man on there. I've got all kinds of shit coming out. We're doing Autistic Artists the first weekend of March, and we're doing Dating with Disabilities the first weekend in March. So go to soupmancomedy.com. We always got something coming. I'll be back on here next month. I always love coming and chatting with you. All right.
Thank you for chopping that up with me. I appreciate you so much, Duante. And I'm going to wish you the best for everything that you do. And I'll see you. I think I'm going to see you in May. I think May is my
Before we go, shout out, go on the Indie Media channel. Download the app so you can watch the Northwest Black Comedy Festival. I'm about to be on the Four Black Dads.
India what?
Indie Media channel.
Media channel. Okay, got it. I'm just putting it up there. All right. So, okay.
Download that app. You can go on there. You can watch the Northwest Black Comedy Festival live. We'll be starting the Four Dads podcast in about a half hour. We'll be doing their all-star showcase about 8:30. I'll be hosting that, and then we'll have our award ceremony after that. Support Black entertainers.
That's right. Thank you so much, Duante. You are the best. And you guys, thank you so much for watching again this week. I'm your host on The Town with Tanya, and we are out. I will see you guys again on today's Sunday. I will see you again on Thursday. Bye, guys. And